I have got to stop lying to myself. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole. Also known as Kollie Kole. Today is January 30th, 2024. We got one more day left in the month, and thus far, nobody asked for this, but I'm coming to you because I wanted to tell you how 2024 is going for me. And if you really want to know, it's basically kicked my ass thus far. So like I said in the intro, 2024 has been probably, just the month itself has been one of the hardest times in my adult life. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just so I don't take up a bunch of time in this video, just go back and watch my at least 2-3 most recent vlogs and you'll understand. I'm gonna say one of the hardest lessons I have learned in 2024 is that I can't be in control of everything. Like, as much as I like to say I am the strong friend, like I don't easily fall apart, I'm capable of rationalizing everything that's happening in life, I can't. Like, sometimes I gotta fall apart. I have to fall apart, and that's okay. I just can't stay in a million pieces. For example, when we found out that my mom had to have the emergency surgery, I was like 2,000 miles away on the other side of the United States. She had to get transferred to another hospital 2 hours away from our home. My daddy was getting admitted to a separate hospital the same day. Again, I'm 2,000 miles away, but my brother was there. He is a grown-ass man. He know my parents just as well as I do, but in my mind, and it's probably, you know, like that older child syndrome, I felt like I had to do a million things. Like, I needed to control a million things. And that situation itself helped me realize, no, you don't have to. One, you don't have to. Two, you can't. Like, there are only so many things in life that you actually can control. So figure out what those things are, work on that. Everything else, give it to God, ask for help from somebody, and move on. So I realized that I don't have to like grow octopus arms and do all of it. I don't have to be in control of everything. I have to let some things go, ask for help, and accept some shit I just can't do anything about. Next, in 2024, I don't really feel like this was a hard lesson. It's just a lesson that I learned it and I gotta accept it. It's okay to plan, but it's also important to plan to fucking fail. Sorry, mama. But yes, like, of course, like, you want to plan things. You don't want to just be out here living willy-nilly, but it's also important to know that just because you plan something and like you wishful thinking, hanging on a prayer, following God's lead, yes, all of these things, but just because you plan it doesn't mean that it's gonna be executed, and or it's not gonna happen in the way that you have actually planned it. So for me, 2024 taught me that it may not just always happen the way you have planned it out, and again, that is okay. And like, for example, I'm on this travel contract. You guys know that. I was only supposed to be out here for 8 weeks. It should have ended the week of like February, like the week of Valentine's should have been my last week. But, you know, due to me being an adult, and adulthood is the worst hood, I realized that it would be more beneficial for me if I stayed longer. Like, they asked and I didn't have to. I could have, you know, ended this contract and went on back to Houston, but for the things that I have planned for myself, it's more beneficial if I go ahead and I stay. So now I'm gonna be here until at least the second week of March. So that was not in my plans for 2024 to start out the year away from home for so long, but we have an end goal, and I have to keep that in mind. This next lesson that 2024 has taught me actually kind of caught me by surprise, and it's basically that I'm not the old me, which I've always said. We're constantly changing, we're always evolving. Like, you don't always want to be the same person, you don't want to be stagnant, but you know, sometimes there's some shit that you like about yourself. Like you like certain things about yourself, and those aren't things that you're trying to change. But 2024 has taught me that I no longer like being in isolation all the time. And once upon a time I did, but that's because I've lived by myself for so long that I enjoy my own company. So unless I was with my friends and my family or at work, the majority of the time I spend by myself. Like sometimes I go to work and I ain't even heard my own voice because I ain't had to talk to nobody, and I was fine with that. But thus far, being on this assignment, I'm out here by myself. I haven't like really met anybody that I wanted to spend time with outside of work. So when I'm not at work, I'm by myself for days at a time. And usually I like that, but I don't like that no more. I need some human interaction. And luckily for me, I had a stretch of days off this time. And you would think, well, you had a stretch of days off, why you didn't go home? Well, you could be by your people, because remember, we have an end goal, and plane tickets cost millions of dollars right now. So I didn't go home because I didn't want to pay for that $1 million plane ticket just to go home a week later when we actually have plans. So I stayed for this stretch of days, and on day 4, I think I was starting to lose it a little bit, but I had only talked to the lady at the checkout counter at Target. But my friend, bless his soul, drove 2.5 hours from Jersey to come and see me, and he was only here like, I don't even think 24 hours. But that helped me realize, yeah, Cole, like, you don't like being by yourself all the time, and that's okay. You're not that lone wolf anymore like you try to pretend you are. So yeah, I don't really know what I'm gonna do with that moving forward, but now that I've realized that, I feel like I don't really know, but I don't know what I'm going to do with that information going forward when I do have to be by myself for a stretch of time, I guess. Now that I have learned that, it's going to be real important for me to know that like my breaking point is probably around 4 or 5 days. So before we even get to that 4th, 5th day, whenever I have a stretch of days where I'm not gonna be around anybody, then I probably need to get outside of my walls. I need to reach out to somebody. I don't need to just sit in that solitude and then let my mind start working overtime, because an idle mind is the devil's playground. And with that being said, them people in my head get to talking, and then sometimes they are not so nice. And I'm trying to talk nicely to myself for 2024. Now, this next thing that I have learned in 2024 is that I have got to stop lying to myself. I've got to stop telling myself these stories, making up all of this foolishness that then in return puts unnecessary pressure on myself. And when I say that, I mean, I'm gonna say I, not we, because I ain't trying to generalize. I tell myself stories like, I'm the only one that can do this. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, I gotta do that. Oh, let me just do this right now because I know it needs to be done. Oh, I'm gonna do it because I can do it better. I can do it more efficiently. Like, these are all lies. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to always have to be the one to do something. I have to learn to ask for help. I have to learn that just because something needs to be done doesn't mean that I have to be the one to do it. And it doesn't have to always be done when I want it to be done. And that's letting some of that control go. also I'm one of those people who I constantly have like a checklist of life, because in my mind there's always something that needs to be done. So I'd lie to myself and tell myself, okay, well, I'm just gonna do this because that's one more thing on that checklist of life. So I'm gonna do it and check it off, and there's one less thing for me to do. When in reality, all I'm doing is like checking that off and adding something else onto it, because I always feel like I'm the one that's gotta do some shit, when that's all a lie. So in 2024, I'm learning to stop lying to myself and telling myself stories and letting go, accepting help, and just taking extra stress off of myself that I don't need. The last thing I'm gonna talk to you guys about is I have learned that everything is not always happening to me. Like, I'm not the only one that things are happening to. And when I say that, I mean like good things and I mean bad things. So for example, when everything happened with my mom, like, my instant reaction is, oh, I'm not there, I can't help. And it was all about me. Like, if what happens, like if something happens to her, like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna handle it? When it was like mayhem just was happening. And I had to take a breath and realize it's not like it's happening to me, but it's not happening to me. So like, my mom is the one that's actually having the issue. So like, how is she handling it? Like, what is her mental? My brother is there and he's juggling both parents, trying to figure out what needs to be done, how to do these things, and how is he handling like the stress of what's going on with her, and trying to manage and like take care of both parents, prioritize his own life, his own things, while, you know, helping the family. You know, also my dad, like, how is he? Like, this is his life partner of almost 40 years. In addition to, on a wide scale, it's 2024. Hell, have I even checked in with my own friends? Like, what's happening to them? Like, all of this stuff is happening in my life, which I do need to acknowledge and, you know, be aware of, because it's my life. These are my things, but I'm not the only person that things are happening to. So what's going on with the people around me? You know, do they not, and then not checking to see if there are bad things happening with them. Are there any good things? Because we get so focused on like the negative stuff that's happening, the why me, why this, why that we let the little small things that are happening in our lives not get that much acknowledgement. And that's unfair to, you know, yourself when you do that, and it's also unfair to your friends when they feel like maybe, and sometimes they may not even know that like they're not acknowledging the small good things that are happening in life. But it's unfair to not give those things, the good things, as much attention as we put focus on the bad things that are happening to us. All right, you guys, I know this was a short video, and again, nobody asked for this. I just felt the need to talk about it. So if you enjoyed this video, if you guys want more videos of me sitting here talking and rambling about life's revelations that I'm learning day in and day out, and or whatever it is that I just feel like rambling about that's not a vlog, you guys tell me down in the comment section. Also, if you feel like sharing, you don't have to if you don't want to, but if you feel like it, go ahead and tell me how 2024 is going for you. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.